Hello, so today is September 28th. It is Saturday, Sacred Sage Saturday. Yes, it is. Okay, so the challenge that I actually received late last night into very early this morning was it was really kind of funny. It was funny, like to me at least. It's my type of sarcastic humor funny. I have a very dark humor, I guess. I guess this was supposed to have been a spiritual attack dream or something like that because like I said, the veil is thin right now during the fall season. It's pretty much kickoff game time, like in the spirit world right now. This is their favorite festive holiday. I mean, even with the winter solstice, that's one reason why the energy is a certain way as well. Other than like the holiday blues and stuff like that, that carries a like winter depression, if that makes sense. It's more so that the fall is similar because it is the veil is lifting, it's getting thinner. Spirits like to come out and play. You see more activities and stuff like that, good and bad, but hopefully more good than anything else. Like I said, even in the Latin culture, Day of the Dead, which is Halloween, which falls on the same day, it's there for a reason. Of course, the veil is thinnest during that time as well, and that's why I'm at my altar space right now. Like I said, the veil is thin at that time as well. So I just seen one, two, three on the counter. Like that's one reason why people celebrate around those times because they are able to pay homage to their loved ones who have passed on, all that stuff, and so on and so forth. I'll probably get more into that because I actually am fascinated with that. What was the name of the movie? I took my niece to it. She loved it. She cried at the end. I cried at the end. My God, what's the name of it? But it celebrates the Day of the Dead in the Latin culture, and it's pretty awesome. It was a pretty awesome movie. But anyway, just so this challenge was like, I mean, funny to me. It was humorous to me because we were all driving in the car. Mind you, me, my mom, my niece, all of us were fitting in that back seat. I don't know how we sat in that back seat. I'm not sure, but my sister-in-law was driving the car, and also we were driving downtown Memphis past my old job, or I guess this was supposed to be my old job. And I seen one of my old coworkers who had an entity attachment, a very ancient entity attachment at that. And she waved as we were driving. How she know we was coming down this street? You know what I'm saying? Right then and there, once I saw that, I said, "Oh, okay, I know what kind of dream this is. This ain't my regular happy-go-lucky, spiritual conquest dream. No, this is like, okay, this is supposed to be like some type of spiritual message, spiritual attack, or something like that." Okay, I said, okay. And you'll know the more you have lucid dreams or even spiritual dreams and things like that, and you connect with your spirit guides and angels and just more connection on that end, yeah, you'll know the difference instantly. I said, okay. The way it looked, the way it felt, I said, oh, okay, I know what this is. Let me get ready. The more it happens to you, the more you can gain kind of some control over your dreams. Hence the end of the story. We'll get to that in just a second. Anyway, we're driving in this car, whatever, and I get this phone call. Mind you, I had a new phone. This is a new phone, new case, everything. Like the phone I got is hacked and shot to hell at this point, and it can go to hell at this point. I mean, straight in that bad boy and never come back. So I got this call from my old job, and honestly, I got gang stalked there and everything else. Also, I caught hell basically. Gang stalking. Like now, I know what it was. At the time, I didn't know what it was, but it's gang stalking basically from a spiritual standpoint. That was gang stalking all the way through. You know what I'm saying? It was a good time and a beautiful time, and not so good. It was a combination of both. I did learn some beautiful lessons, regardless, though. And I met some good people, though. I didn't meet just some straight up human demons, but I met some good people. A lot. I'm actually met a lot more good people than though. But you're gonna come across both in life, period, whether you're walking down the street or not. Anyway, just to fast forward, I remember getting this call, and my mom, before I can even look at the phone or whatever, I remember she looked and she was like, "That's your old job, right? That's your old job. They just want you to come back." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah." They want me to come back. They didn't give me I didn't get a separation notice. I sent an email, and with this particular company, they were our base company, and we worked on a base site on another host site. So the whole site, my bosses there, I mean, gave me well wishes and everything professionally and heartfelt and stuff like that. And I never got anything from my base, my home company. not even a letter of separation, which actually by law, if an employee actually requests that, they actually have to give that to you. So I still didn't even trip after all that. So I just kind of put it, I said, well, God is in God's hands. I put it in His hands. It's done. Whatever. Walked away from the situation. But yeah, I was in the car. My mom was like, they want you to come back. She was passionate about that. I said, uh-huh. I said, yeah, they want you to come back, huh? They want you to come back. She was like heartfelt about that. And she knew before I even picked up the phone and was actually looking at it and stuff like that. I don't know whether it was just, it seemed like somebody was trying to call me, or it was some type of email alert or text message or something like that. I remember the phone buzzing and ringing and vibrating in my hand while trying to pay attention to everything else. Because at first I thought we were like in an Uber ride or something first. Because I was like, we all in the back seat. I was like, we only do that if we were in an Uber car. We all sit in the back seat. We rarely sit in the front seat. If anybody sits in the front seat, it'll probably be me or my brother or somebody like that. Somebody who like a male figure or something like that. But normally it'll be me. So I guess I'm the honorary woman when it comes to certain stuff. But yeah, like at first I thought we were in a Lyft ride or Uber ride, because that's what it seemed like. Because I didn't even notice, somebody driving. Actually, at first I seen somebody. I knew it was a female driver, but you know what I'm saying. Like I was like, wasn't paying attention to it. Like, and then all that happened. Phone rang, all that kind of stuff. That happened. But my mama was passionate. That was so funny. Okay, so fast forward, things are going on, talking and stuff like that, bits and pieces. This part of the dream moves really like fast. I couldn't even get to that part. Wherever we were going, we had to get there in a hurry, I guess. So it's me, my mom, my nieces, and it was just a lot of us in the back seat, and I just couldn't understand. We were like in the back seat. I'm just like, oh, why? How all of us fitting back here? First of all, but anyway, I remember getting out the car. And first, as we're getting out of the car and stuff like that, I seen the other people before we even like stopped the car. It was other people like in this parking garage. They were getting out of the car, but they were coming towards our car because we were getting dropped off. That's what made me think maybe is this a Lyft or an Uber or something like that. But they were getting out of their car and they were coming towards us, and then they stopped. It was these families. I didn't see any black families. They were like Caucasian, all the different races of people and stuff, and their families getting out of these cars or whatever. So we're getting out. I seen my mom and niece and everybody get out and everything. And this person who's driving this car, like I said, started out as my sister-in-law. Then it switched to my co-worker. Then it switched to a karmic partner, because I am a part of a twin flame journey right now. Yes, I am a divine feminine, believe it or not. Even though I feel like I'm masculine, I'm definitely a feminine. God confirmed that. No, I'm the feminine. It's way too many signs and synchronicities and everything else. I am a divine feminine and pretty much a awesome spiritual warrior, foot soldier for the divine. But anyway, yeah, like I'm just looking like I'm looking at first. I know who these people are for the most part, like most of them, except for one split second, because it switched. It had one person's eyes, one person's big hair, this person's lips, and this person, the texture kept. I'm just looking like, what? That's not a good look, boo. What's going on? So it switched. It started to switch. It started to switch. It started to switch. It started to switch. And I'm just like, looking, I'm like, ugh. Like, it was just, I was like, I mean, it's like something from a Gumby cartoon or something. I'm just like, what the heck? And this entity was like, see, I took your powers. I got your powers now. I got all your powers now. And I was like, looking at it. I'm just looking like, my husband, I don't know what made me say this. I wouldn't say this. I would probably cuss it out or walk away or whatever. Or not say nothing. Just whatever. Slam the door, walk away. But I remember just leaning in because I'm looking at it change. And it's changing to karmics and just whatever. So what ended up happening, I remember just leaning in like you're leaning in to talk to somebody in their car, right? So I'm leaning in and said, I don't have to work. My husband got money. I remember saying it twice. I don't have to work. My husband got money. I looked this thing right in the eye and said that. And also, I remember just saying, I don't have to work, and walking off. And this thing just looked at me. Okay, had to take a breath to freeze it. But anyway, a sister had to eat. Apparently, everything stops when I record for some strange reason. But anywho, I remember leaning into this car and just telling this thing, because I was looking at it shift and change or whatever, right? I'm just like looking at it because I know who these people are, like just co-workers, and they're all feminine. It's a feminine entity basically. And I'm looking like, I ain't gotta work. Why I said this, but I have no clue. This is nothing I would say, but this was a burn, if that makes sense. I just remember saying, I ain't gotta work. My husband got money. And I said that twice, and I said, I don't have to work. And I just kept looking at it, because it ended up shape shifting to this karmic figure, this entity. It's an entity basically. They all got this same spirit, the same attachment basically. Anywho, it was funny to me because this thing looked like you, like shade. Oh, the shade of it all. And I just remember waking up from this dream laughing. I remember she, whatever. I call it a it because it's just an entity. It's attachment to people. Having the hands on the wheel, on the car, on the oh, what is it, the steering wheel. And I'm looking at it, and it was just like I guess it wanted to kind of hit a low blow. No one can take divine energy and abilities from people. You can drain a person's energy, but they normally get it right back, especially if they're one of the 144,000, the chosen people, chosen ones put on this earth to make a change and make a difference and raise the vibrational energy of the world. You can't stop them. They can't stop themselves. Like when you're blessed and born with certain abilities and stuff like that, you cannot stop them. The person who harvests that energy and stuff cannot. That's divine gifts, divine abilities. Only God himself or itself, himself. I call it him. Whatever you want to call it, source, whatever. Only source can stop that. The creator. You feel me? But if that person's been put on earth, signed a contract with God, the creator, source, the most high, Alpha and Omega. If they signed a contract with the creator, do you really think they're going to put them on earth, send them back to earth, go through that whole process, right? Bless them with these gifts, the spiritual awakening to adjust to these gifts, all this type of stuff, right? Do you really think anybody can sabotage it or take it away? Not even the person. The person themselves can't stop it or sabotage it or even sabotage their plan, because it's like a GPS, literally. It comes right back and you go where you're supposed to go. Especially like a spiritual journey. If God needs to use you for something, oh, you getting used. No entity. I don't care. This entity, apparently, based off the readings and my researching and all that kind of stuff, this is some type of intergalactic being. I don't entity. Whatever it is, this is some ancient intergalactic something we ain't never dealt with on Earth, apparently. So it's like you kind of have to go medieval on this one. Like I still pray. I still read my Bible and stuff like that. That would never change. I'm probably the most unorthodox spiritual person, whatever, but because spirituality, there's no organization in it. It's like you can't, it's whatever you connect to. So whatever way you connect to source, God, the creator, the Alpha, the Omega, whatever you want to call it, whatever your belief is, connect. That's the biggest thing. Connect. What is your soul? What way is your soul leading you? Not what you've been pushed towards or what you're being influenced per se, but what is your soul leading? How are you connecting, noticing stuff? And that also just comes with a spiritual awakening, getting to know yourself, loving yourself, finding out like what you like and what you don't like, just the basic stuff, what you like, what you don't like, especially when it comes to spirituality, or even if you're religious and stuff like that. Like finding out, like, because like even if you're religious, all things aren't created equal. Cause that's why there's so many different types of churches. People fail to kind of look at that, like there's different types of denominations of churches and all this kind of different stuff, especially in the Christian faith and stuff. So it's kind of like whatever way you can connect to the Most High, take that way. It's going to be a journey no matter which way you take it. You got a road ahead of you. And there's no stop, because this keeps going. Even when you leave this earth, you still got a journey ahead of you. It's just you have a soul contract with God that cannot be interrupted. Only God himself can actually interrupt that bad boy. That's how that works, basically. Trust me, and do your research, read books, do whatever. Like I said, whatever. I mean, research, watch 15 million videos, but with the perception of gaining knowledge instead of gaining direct influence, if that makes sense. Just take it as knowledge, take it as information, because this is the information age. I mean, you can pick up your phone and everything's right there. You can go pick up a book, brother. You can go download a book. There's no excuse for not acquiring knowledge now and gaining wisdom, basically. But like I said, that dream just had me tripping major balls. I'm still laughing because I just need to freeze frame this expression, if that makes sense. And because I was just looking, I was like, apparently, like I've been having spiritual attack dreams for a minute. It's a long story that I'll probably get into maybe at a later date and time. I'm gonna need enough. I'm gonna clear out my phone basically, because that's what I'm recording on, to just sit down and talk about that when the time is right and ready. Because everybody has the right to tell their story because people learn from your story, believe it or not. Me expressing this right now, somebody's learning from it. But yeah, so nothing can stop a person. And you do not need supernatural powers to save the world. Don't let these Marvel movies, even though I'm a Marvel fan, a comic book movie, influence. Like, you got, like, just you being you, and you waking up and breathing the next day, and getting up every day and trying and having a heart and doing something kind, or just something that's making yourself better, as well as the people around you. That's your superpower. Your creativity is your superpower. Your ability to love people and show kindness, especially in the face of adversity and all that kind of good stuff. That right there is, you know what I'm saying? That's your superpower. So it doesn't have to be these. You don't have to have psychic powers and all this kind of stuff, and some type of source of power, as in dominancy. We have that kind of evil villain. It's this evil villain mentality that when it comes to like superpowers and stuff like that. You are your superpower. You are the greatest weapon. As long as you are here on this earth, you are here. You're breathing and you're getting up and doing something or whatever. You honestly. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have interruptions filming this. This is getting made. I don't care what happened. Oh, this is getting made. I don't care if I post it or not. Look at that pimple. Beautiful. But yeah, you don't need superpowers or psychic powers and all this other type of stuff to save the world and to serve the Lord's will, basically. To serve your higher purpose, be your higher self, and actually be of good of the world overall. So you don't need that. What you do every day, that is your freaking superpower. You are your secret weapon because you can push yourself and make yourself better. People don't know that, but yeah, you can. You're your secret weapon. Okay, I think that's all the knowledge. I've been interrupted I don't know how many times with this video, and we're already at almost 17 minutes, so yeah. So I'll probably touch on this a little bit more, but yeah, pay attention to your dreams. I actually write it down. I don't have my notebook. It's actually at my desk. I'm looking at it. But I write everything down, and I go back. That's why I write it down. I may remember something later on, go back, date it, write it down, whatever. If you can remember the time and stuff like that, also put that down. As many details, colors, smell, sound, music, songs, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The area, if you know the area, like I knew that was downtown. I knew these people. I named them on the paper. I didn't name all of them, but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, like you just record everything, pay attention. But that was some funny, bro. That was funny. I'm sorry. I don't know why because I would never say that. I would just either just walk away or whatever. Normally I walk. I just don't. If it's not peace and love, because I know how I am and how I could be and how I used to be. Because, honey, that was a possession. That's a story to tell. Depression does brings out the worst in people sometimes. Anger and stuff like that. Honey, when you in that low state, it's a whole nother. That is like demonic energy. When you're in a special depression, anxiety, when it's really bad and stuff like that, it's horrible. It brings out the worst in you. On top of if you have addictions and stuff like that, because mine was like liquor and stuff. That's a story to tell. Hopefully, maybe soon, one day, maybe not, I don't know. Soon to record, because I think I've told everybody my story by now, but I hadn't recorded, so maybe I should. Especially that era of depression, honey. Yeah, so everybody normally in a low place. It's your responsibility to get out of that low place into a high place. Be your higher self. That is your absolute responsibility. So until next time, peace and love and light and protection and stuff, because it's fall season and these entities ain't playing. Peace.